Today we're gonna get the coolant all flushed out and basically flush anything the coolant would go. In the radiator, pretty much all the hoses. Let's see how this goes. So just feeling this coolant line. I don't know if you can hear it, but it definitely feels like a gel substance. Like there was once Dexcom and it gelled up. Oh, and I also just noticed this. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's wet. Oh, you know what? That's from me spilling oil. On this car, I believe it's called like the petcock, where you just twist and then the radiator will drain. So I'll put my container under and then I'll give it a nice little turn. I'm gonna need vice grips on this or something. I don't think I have to take it all the way out, but I will. And I'm gonna open the radiator cap to let it drain faster. Alright, it's just barely dripping out anything. Inside of the radiator, hopefully you can see. It's not focusing, but there is hardly anything in here. There looks to be a little bit, but it kind of looks chunky, and I'm really afraid. This is the coolant overflow, and there's nothing, but this thing is wet, but it's also very dirty. So I'm gonna buy a lot of distilled water and probably just flush this out, get a clean flush of anything I can get out of here. Alright, now I got some distilled water and I'm just gonna pour it straight into the radiator with the cap open down there. Alright, getting that nasty coolant out. Just now finishing up the second bottle and it's beginning to look clear, but I believe this is only flushing out of the radiator. So I'm gonna take off this, looks like a lower radiator hose, yeah. I'm gonna take that off and then look inside and make sure it's not all gunked up. To remove this hose, there's a clip like this. I'm just gonna grab some pliers and push them in, and then I'll be able to wiggle that free. Probably gonna make a mess if there's anything in there. So inside of this hose, it's pretty dirty. So a couple flushes should make this better. I don't see any cloggage, chunkiness. Water got in here, so that's good. I'll probably move on to taking apart more hoses, making sure nothing is clogged up. Like this just feels nasty. I really think something's chunking this up though. Alright, so it's been about 2 days since that last clip that you just saw. What happened was I tried to start the car and the car didn't start. There was no crank, no click, no nothing when I turned the key. And then sometimes it would crank and then die. Sometimes it would start, die. Sometimes it started just fine. And whenever it did start, it would start up right away, if that makes a difference. But I believe it's starter related, whether the starter is failing or it's just something went wrong with the electrical system in the starter, which wouldn't really make sense as it was working before. So I've been double checking everything I did before. Cause maybe I just put something back and it wasn't done right. But anyways, right now I've been worrying about the coolant system, getting the radiator flushed. And right now I have the radiator out The radiator, the old radiator, is over here. And as you can see, there's a hole right here where this thing is, where the cap screws into. And I'm not sure what this is for. I think it's for like the bleeder system. But it's another little hose that's supposed to go into it. I'll show you the part that was supposed to be there. But that big hole was causing the fluids to leak out when it was full. And basically no pressure can ever build because there's a hole in it. So this is the part that was supposed to be in it. The little tube was supposed to go on there. And it looks like someone tried using some sort of bonder. I don't know if it's JB Weld or something else, but it just didn't work. Too sketchy. So I'm gonna order a new radiator and a new radiator cap. I was thinking I need to get a new radiator or a coolant temperature sensor, but I ran the car for maybe like 10 minutes and the temperature went up to operating temperature just fine. And I'm assuming if it's reading something, then it has to be working, or at least it's good enough. At least it's in a good spot, so if it is bad, I can always just swap it out. But right now with the radiator off, I can't really do much with the coolant system. Here's all the old fluid. It's really nasty. So to get something done while I wait for a new radiator to come, I'm gonna wire up the headlights. Now, I do know not all of them work. This one wasn't even on the car when I got it. It was in my pile of parts. So I bolted this one back up. There are no clips for the bulbs in here. So I might have to take them off and put the bulbs in if they aren't there. And this side, only one of them works. So I have to figure out why. And with the radiator off, makes it easy to access, so we'll see what's wrong. I took out all the headlights and I'm powering this one up to test it, and this one shines. Now I've done this one works, and so does that one. These two do not light up, and I'm pretty sure the only way to replace the bulb is to replace the whole unit. Plus this one has a crack in it. So I'm gonna get 2 more lamps. I checked this one, this harness gets power, so this one is good. This one, there's a harnesses here, but there's no power supplied to it, so I have to trace down those wires. And then over here, there is no harness. There's this sketchy wire connections that just make no sense. And then there's this, but there's no harness like the other one. So I might just go ahead and buy 2 more harnesses to make my job simpler. Alright, so this is all I can do for today. The plan is to order some replacement headlights. I need to get 2 more, and then I need to get 2 harnesses like these. So these are actually different sizes. This is for like your headlights, and this is for your blinkers or whatever it is. But they're not interchangeable. So I need to get 2 of those to put onto this side. The blinker works for the left side, so all those wires are good. This side doesn't work. This one gets 0.02 volts when the right blinker is on, the passenger side, but the taillight blinker stays lit, it doesn't blink. So maybe if I replace it, put a new lamp in there with a good bulb, it will fix. Maybe there's a short, but I don't think it's a short. Maybe I need to replace the taillight blinker. But it doesn't sound like I need to do much work to at least the wire. I'm gonna order a new radiator with the radiator cap, and while that is on its way, I have a 1998 Saturn that I can work on. I need to do a valve cover gasket on this car. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow.